Welcome to the Squarespace blog post tutorial. We are starting from an already created blog page. Click on to the blog page panel. From here, click on the plus icon to start a new blog. Copy or paste a title, and there's already a text box here for you to get started. And add more blocks using the black icon, which is called an insert point.
We're going to insert an image here by clicking on the image block. Click where it says upload an image and select an image. Once the image loads, change the title to improve SEO.
Click Save, and then I am using the insert points to add in spacers to resize the photo. And spaces are going to be your best ally with building out blog posts. Usually you want spacers down the entire side of your blog post to kind of create a margin, which I'm doing here. I'm going to realign these to just the image. So you see how the line does go all the way down to encompass the text. It just goes around the image that we've put in. So now I'm adding in more spacers. And this is to align the text properly within the blog post. So with creating a blog post, there's a lot of adjustment, alignment that needs to happen with getting everything just right visually.
This is not the best section to edit a blog post, and I will show you the best place to edit later.
And sometimes things can get a little bit wonky when we're doing this. Here I have two text posts side by side. This is a press release, so we want to format it properly for press releases. And here I'm just copying and pasting the text.
Formatting can get messed up when copying and pasting from a Word document or something similar. I am adding more spacers, and then we will get to the main body of the text.
With the text functionality, you have all of your headers that you've preset within Squarespace, or hopefully you have preset them in Squarespace. If not, now is the time to go do that. So you can use whatever header you have set. So just make sure the colors are correct for your blog and the rest of the website. You can use CSS to style it for specific sections of the website. So you see here I've copied and pasted a bulk of the press release, and the alignment is completely off. There are extra spaces where there really shouldn't be. So I have to go back and realign all of this. If you do not want a paragraph space, you need to do Shift Enter. If you don't do Shift Enter, you will have this giant paragraph space. It kind of looks nice for having a double set space, but you really can't do that on this platform. So it turns out really awkward with the sizing of the website when you're viewing on mobile versus desktop. So you really kind of want to stay with the parameters that they have set unless you are doing something out of a stylistic choice or, in this case, another paragraph.
Here, I'm still adjusting parts of this and setting in various headers. This issue of the formatting seems to have been fixed on Squarespace now, so maybe you won't run into it, but be aware that this can happen. Also, be sure to save often if you're writing directly into Squarespace.
Also be aware of what browsers you are using, because certain browsers will have some glitches that a browser like Chrome won't necessarily have. I typically use the Brave browser, but that typically has problems or limitations with general usage of Squarespace. So here we are, I've realigned the whole post, and now I'm putting spacers down the side of the main text block to get it set properly. So now we're going to go on and put in our thumbnail image.
If you have multiple contributors to your blog, be sure to check the author setting here. On the SEO tab, you can add a specific title and summary or a catchy description that will show up on search engines. If you don't do this, it will automatically be generated from your post.
This section, you really don't want to add a photo unless you want to change it for social media platforms. Here you can push your blog post to a variety of social media platforms.
After you save and exit out of that edit screen, you can select the post that you just worked on. By doing this, you get a better view of the layout and how it really looks. You can also edit from the screen by clicking on Edit in the upper right. You can also add in a link by clicking on the chain link icon in the text edit bar at top.
Basically, creating a blog post is just like creating a page on Squarespace. You have a lot of that same functionality, if not all of it.
Set or add categories from the lower left. You can also add in all of your blog categories from here if you want. Add in tags by selecting tags right above categories.
And then I'm also adding in this special section down below, which is customer specific. But as you see, you have kind of the same functionality and build out as you do with a Squarespace page, which is nice because it kind of makes it consistent with the rest of the website. This blog is much more stylized than most blogs. When you are adding a form, make sure to update your email address that form gets sent to.
And that's the basics of building a blog post.
I go to best practice for adding video to Squarespace. Use Vimeo. It is worth it. YouTube adds in ads at the end of your videos. With Vimeo, I highly suggest using their embed code, and then you can turn on titles, turn off titles. There's a lot of functionality there. So when you're using Vimeo, it's a great platform. Just make sure permissions are set to be able to share it or the video won't come up. So here I'm adding in, at the insert point, the video block. Over here to the right is where you click to insert the embed code.
Click Save and Apply. We are switching to a different video where you can also use spacers to resize this block as well. You can add a caption with the video block or have a more stylized look by using a text block.
Which brings us to the next section of duplicating a blog post as a template. So if you have a highly stylized blog and you want to keep consistency, click on the edit icon and select duplicate. And you see here at the top it says copy of, and then has the blog name. Make sure you update all of the tabs. Make sure you update the entire post. Also with your form at the bottom, make sure you check to see that the proper email address is connected to that. Scheduling blog posts. For scheduling blog posts, click down here where you would select whether the blog's a draft for a review, and then select scheduled. It'll let you set the date and time, but you have to click on the date and time for it. Set those. Set scheduled and save.
This concludes the tutorial. Thanks for watching.